report there is what, sir?
Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to the channel. Today, we are going to be going over how I created my installation file for Jedi Remastered. So basically, we're going to be creating the newest and latest version of the GFX mod 1.0, and we're going to be adding that into our installer and uploading it to mod database so you can have the latest and greatest version of the GFX mod. But this also showcases a really awesome installer creator. Basically, when I was looking for a way to create this into an installer, there was several different programs out there, and one of them was this creator installer, but for the most part I couldn't find anything else that was this easy, other than other programs that required lots of coding and background, just lots and lots of coding still, regarding, there wasn't something that just had a GUI program experience where you just went through until I found this creator installer. And what's awesome about the creator installer as well is it's super easy to add images and customize your installer as well. So that's what's so great about this installer as well, is it doesn't require coding, but it also, you can add in your images and all that stuff. So let's go, without further ado, we'll get into it, and we'll start this installer, and I'll just walk you through how to create an installer with this program. It's an amazing program. I cannot believe it is free. They rely on donations, so if you really enjoy this and want to donate to them, feel free to do so, because it's definitely an amazing program. So let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and launch this installer creator. Bam, here we are. And at the beginning, you'll just have this wizard. You can exit out of the wizard if you want, but it is helpful to go through the wizard. So we're going to go ahead and go through the wizard, and show you how to set up an installer. So this will work for other mods and other games as well. If you want to create some kind of an installer for your mod or your game, this is definitely a great option to choose from. So let's go through, and I'll show you how to create an installer, and then we'll go from there. So it starts off here, and it asks, or it's just the introduction. So we'll just go ahead and click next. The next thing we need to do is select our files. So this is the gaming. So if you have some kind of a game or mod, you need to make sure you have everything all together in a folder ready to roll, because this is where you're going. This is where it needs all those files that you need, that you're going to be installing. So I'm going to navigate to my folder here, and my folder here is Jedi Remastered version 2.0. So that's exciting. So we're going to load that up. So we'll hit next on the next thing. This one is what is the name of the file that you're going to be installing your game or mod or whatever. So our name is Jedi Remastered version 2.0. So there we go, we got that. And what's neat about the installer too is you can press this preview button and it will automatically show you like what it's going to look like. Obviously we still have a lot of customization to do because it's just got a generic image here, and it just has generic words and whatnot. So let's go ahead and click next, and we'll customize this thing. Alright, so now we can select the format of our installer. So do you want the installer to take up the full screen, or do you want it small? So you saw the preview there earlier that it was just really small. If we click to make it full screen, I'll show you what it looks like once it's full screen. Obviously, you probably already know, can guess. Yeah, it just has this giant screen for the background. So we are going to do full screen, and I am going to go ahead and delete the title here because I already have an image that has the title in it, so we don't really need the title in the background. If you so desire to have the title in the background, feel free to type whatever you want here, but mine's not going to be like that. So next we have our image for the background. So we've selected full screen mode. So now we want an image to be in the background. So let's browse and find that image for us here. Let me see. I think I know where that's at, but let me check. I think it's in my image, or maybe it's in the installer. Yeah, there it is. So here's our background image. So now let's go ahead and I'll preview that, and you'll see what it looks like now. Taking a little bit to load. See? Sweet. So that's already making it look a little bit more customized. We have that that image in the background. It just looks so cool. So let's go ahead and exit out, and let's go to the next thing. All right, so our next one is our bitmaps for our for the top and the left. So I'm not sure exactly. Which ones go where? It looks like this one goes there, and that one goes there. So let's click this. So the left one. So let's click on the left, and we'll change that image. If we can load this. I don't know what it's doing. There it goes. So by default, it has this little CD with the thing. Obviously, we want something different, so we're gonna get out of here. Oh, it's being all weird. Alright, so let's go to pictures. Actually, we're gonna go to documents, right? Yes, documents, mods, JK, installer, and here we go. We have our bitmap image right here that we're going to use. And let's go ahead and let's go ahead and change this image as well. So let's go back out. Click on documents, mods, JK, installer, and we'll select Kyle for that one. So there we go. Cool. We got those. Now let's go ahead and click on preview. Let's see what that looks like. Sweet. So now we have that bitmap image right here, looking all stylish and cool. So we're getting there. We're customizing this thing as we move along. So alright, so we're done with this part, so let's move on. So now we're at a additional information display. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take basically my README file, copy everything from that, and paste it into here. So now we have the README file here talking about what the mod is. Let's go ahead and do that so that way that looks better. Good. And you can preview that if you want, but I already know what it looks like, so we don't really need to go there. Now we have the license agreement as well. And obviously, this is a modification, so you want to put, if you have an actual game, you probably have like an official like license agreement. Don't copy this mod or this game and all that stuff. So you want to add that here, so that way your game is protected and all that whatnot. This is a modification, so I'm just going to put in, hey, this is not an official gaming update or anything like that. So if anything happens to your computer, which it's not going to, but obviously it's good to have this disclaimer in there, so that way you can be like, hey, it's not my fault that the mod destroyed your computer, even though it's probably not going to. But just in case, you never know, someone might try to do that to you. Okay, so at this point, you want to find the default installation folder. So we're going to go, we're going to find our directory here. So our directory is program files x86. Basically, your Jedi Knight root directory is what we're going to set it as. Obviously, different people have different versions of the game. They have a GOG version, they have a Steam version, and who knows, they may have other versions out there, I don't know. That's the only ones I know of. But basically, I'm just going to default the CD version for now. So let's go ahead and put this in here. So there we go, we got the CD version as our default directory location. Obviously, you're going to want to put whatever location for your game or mod or whatever. And then you can also even add some registry items. If you click on registry, you can even add registry if you want to install program to retrieve directory, registry, or NIN files. Please click the corresponding buttons. And NIN files, I don't know exactly what that is. I've heard of that before, but I'm not sure exactly what that is. So if you need to do that, then there you go, you have that option. So I'm going to click next though, because I don't need to do any of that. So now we have this. Please enter below the name of which you want to create an icon for the start menu. Leave this box empty if you do not need icons. Okay, so it wants to make an icon of the file. So obviously the main exe of the file is where you're going to want to make an icon for. So this is a really awesome way to, in your installer, to just create a desktop icon, so that way people don't have to navigate to the mods folder in order to launch the game. Or if you have your own game, obviously you're going to want your own mod folder. So please enter below the name of the icon corresponding to the above file. Add desktop icons. So this is for the start menu. Okay, yeah, so this is the name of the shortcut. So basically we want to name the shortcut. So let's go back here. We want to name this Jedi Remastered. And I don't know if we necessarily need the 2.0 part, but we'll leave it just in case. And then now we need to select an icon for that. So we'll go ahead and click Browse. And I have this icon and a Stormtrooper, so I'm just going to go with this icon here. So we'll do that. So that's good. And then let's go ahead. That's it for the icons. So let's go ahead and click Next. If you would like the user to be able to view a document file showing the latest information concerning the product, please enter below the name of the file, and a view button will be added to the end of the page of the installation wizard. So basically it's going to have an option so you can view a document. We don't think I want to do that, so I'm not going to do that, but that's an option that you can add. If you would like to install the program to launch your product when exiting, please enter below the name of the file to launch. Checkbox will be added to the end of the page of the install wizard so the user can launch this file or not. So yeah, this is what I'm going to go ahead and do. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, I guess you can't do that. Never mind. So we'll do that later. So what I wanted to do was open up the configuration guide file, but I can't do that here in the wizard, but I can do that later on. So this is just talking about the exe file. So we don't really want to do that right now. So let's just go ahead, skip that, and we'll hit Next. An uninstall program. So basically, do you want to create an uninstaller for the program? And obviously we do want to create an uninstaller. Not since it's a mod though, you don't necessarily have to have an uninstaller, but I've made it in such a way that it just adds files to the game directory. It does not overwrite any files. So we made it in such a way that you can actually uninstall the mod and play the game as normal without having to redo anything. So we'll go click Next on that. The wizard now has enough information required to build this software. So I'm not going to build it right now because there's a few extra things that I want to add. So let's go ahead and click Finish, and it will create our installer here, or at least the first part of it. And then it wants me to go ahead and save as, is it trying to build? Yeah, it looks like it's trying to build, so I'm going to click out of that because I don't want to build yet. So here we are. We're finally through with the wizard, and now we're at just like what you would see if you skipped the wizard and you just have an empty shell. Obviously we don't have an empty shell because we went ahead and did everything through the wizard. So now that we're through the wizard, we just have the base setup. Now we want to go through and actually customize our setup here. So let's go through. So the first thing we want to do is we want to add some more shortcuts. So if you want a shortcut for certain files in your installation files should show up here on this side. So whatever file you want to have as a shortcut, you just click on that file. So the inject.exe is our main exe file that will launch the game once it's installed. So as you can see, there's already a start menu folder called Jedi Remastered version 2.0, and the name of the shortcut is called Jedi Remastered version 2.0. And we're gonna have to, I guess that's something that we're going to have to do too, is make this run as an administrator. So let me see something here. I wonder if you can add that as an option. Let me check here real quick on something. So mods, Jedi Knight, installer. I'm going to check on our old installer profile here and see if I did something like that. It doesn't look like I did any of that. Okay. Well, never mind then. We don't really have to do that then. What I was going to say was we probably want to make it so this will run as an administrator, but because we're going to have to do that. But let's go ahead and click on our icon, and our icon is the this one, Remastered icon. So that's the one that we want to do. So that's what you want to do too, is make sure you have icons in your installation folder. I guess it could be anywhere on your computer as well, because it's allowing you to search anywhere. But it would be nice to include the icons into your installation. So that was the start menu. Now we want to go do a shortcut, and there's a command line option as well, which I'm pretty sure we could probably put in some kind of a command line to run it as administrator. So let me see here. But that's neither near or there. We don't really have to have that, so I'm not going to worry about it. So here is where you can, on the shortcut, you can make it run. You can make it run automatically. We don't want to do that since the game kind of requires a little bit of configuration before you launch the game. So we're not going to have it run or anything, or view or any of that stuff. Windows, not sure exactly what this does, but for those who do know, you can add this feature, so that's cool. And miscellaneous, you can actually if there's a file in here that you don't want to uninstall after it uninstalls, you can make sure that that file will not uninstall. You can click don't uninstall. A file with the same name is already installed. A higher version of the file is already installed. And then you can also select these options as well. If there's a file that already has that same name, you can make it not overwrite it, and if a higher version of the file is already installed, so you can make it sure that nothing will be overwritten as well if you want to. And you'd have to do that on every file that you wanted to do that. So that's kind of neat. That's kind of a neat feature as well. So let's go ahead and create some more shortcuts here. We want to make a shortcut for this right here, the Jedi Knight Remastered configuration guide. So the folder name is going to be Jedi Knight Remastered 2.0, and then we're just going to name it Configuration Guide 2.0, and then we'll go ahead and do the Stormtrooper for this one. Same with the shortcut, Configuration Guide, and then the folder will be Jedi Knight Remastered 2.0, or wait, whoops. It's just going to be on the desktop, so it doesn't have to have a folder. So we're just going to do that, and then we're going to select our Stormtrooper here as our icon. Run and view. So the configuration guide, right after we're done with the installer, I want it to be able to view a button at the end of the page when installer exit. So I want I want this to pop up when the installer exits. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. So once you exit the installer, the configuration guide will automatically open up and say, hey, read me, go through me. So that way people will know that they need to configure the game before they launch it. So that will help out tremendously. But we also have the shortcut here as well. And yeah, that should be good. The next thing we want to make a shortcut of is the uninstallation guide. So let's go ahead, we'll do that. Actually, I think we probably should. I wonder if you could make a... Yeah, that's all, neither here or there. I was thinking maybe we could make a shortcut of the actual uninstaller. I'm pretty sure there's probably a way to do that, but I'm not sure how to do that yet. So that'd be kind of cool to think about. So anyways, the folder is going to be the same folder that we created for the other ones. So we'll click that. The name is going to be uninstallation guide. There we go. And we don't need any command prompt icons or any of that. And then our icon, we're just going to make it the Stormtrooper. And the shortcut, we're just going to copy that and paste that and do our little Stormtrooper icon as well. Alright, so the next file that we need to make a shortcut for is our jkgm.json file, which is our configuration file. So people need to open this file in Notepad in order to edit and configure the mod. So in order to do this, we're going to create a shortcut of the configuration file. So basically, let's go back here. We'll copy that folder so it goes into the right start menu folder. The name of this will be configuration. Or wait a minute, what did I name it last time? So that way we're consistent. Let's see what we named it last time. Yeah, let's open up our last one here. .json file. So what we named it last time is, yeah, we named it configuration. Okay, good. So we'll keep it like that then. And this is the next thing that we need to do, is we also need to type in Notepad, this command line prompt, so that way when you double click on the shortcut, it will automatically open it up in Notepad for you. So you won't have to try to figure out how to open it in Notepad and all that stuff. It'll automatically do it. Same thing with the shortcut. So we'll go ahead and copy the configuration, and then we'll copy the notepad.json file. And then of course we need a shortcut icon, and there we go. And this one, you don't want any special treatment for that one, so it should be good. Alright, so that does it for the shortcuts. Go ahead and close out of that for now. Let's move on to the wizard text. So this is basically what's going to be displayed inside our program. So we want to customize that a little bit. So the presentation is basically just like the first page of the mod. and then we'll move on from there. So basically, the only change that I want to make here is basically just this this part right here. So I'm just going to paste that in, and then we'll go ahead and click preview and see what that looks like. Alright, sweet. So now it says, welcome to Jedi Remastered version 2.0 install program. Oh yeah, we need to delete that part. This allows you to install on your hard drive. So let's go back out. So for some reason they put this install program on here that just doesn't flow right. So I'm just going to delete that part. And let's preview that again. So now it just says, welcome to Jedi Remastered version 2.0. This allows you to install Jedi Remastered 2.0 on your hard drive. The installation file will install the GFX mod, the new Jedi Knight neutral upscale texture pack, and the enhancement mod all together in a nice installer. Okay, cool. So that part's good. We got our information part already done and our license part done as well. You can edit that here though if you made a mistake. So that's nice. The directory, this is a part where I'm going to want to add some stuff here. So titles files will be installed into the following directory. So let me go ahead and click preview on this to see what it looks like starting out, and then we'll go ahead and edit it and see what we want to do here. So Jedi Knight Remastered 2.0 files will be installed into the following directory. Okay, cool. And then we have our little Kyle up there, so that's cool. Choose an installation folder and click next to continue. Okay, cool. So now we'll go ahead and oh yeah, this is what we're going to do here. Navigate to your Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2 directory. So let's see what that looks like here. Cool, that looks good. Now let's go ahead and we'll do this. It will be different depending on what version of the game you have. GOG, Steam, CD. The CD version will be the default. So let's actually cut that out. CD version should be the default location. I don't know if that makes sense, but we'll edit it if it doesn't. Alright, so navigate to your Star Wars Jedi Knight directory. The CD version should be the default directory location. I'm going to say this will be different depending on you may need to change directory since you may need to change directory since it will be different depending on what version of the game you have. I'll just put a period there. I don't know. Or should I put a period? I don't know how grammar works here, but I'll just put a period at the end of that. So that looks good. And then I'll go ahead and put a disclaimer here. If you're unsure where your directory is, please refer to Jedi Knight Remastered 2.0 README text file. So that way you can double check where your Jedi Knight directory is at. So let's preview that and see what it looks like. Alright, cool. Directory. Navigate to your Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2 directory. The CD version should be the default directory location. And the default directory location is Program Files, LucasArts Jedi Knight. You may need to change directory since it will be different depending on what version of the game you have, GOG, Steam, CD. If you are unsure where it is, please refer to the Jedi Knight Remastered 2.0 readme.txt file. Sweet, that looks good. I like that. So let's move on to the next thing, confirmation. And that's pretty good. We don't need to do anything there. Progress, same thing. That's pretty good. I don't think I need to do anything there. And end process. The end process is a little bit, I need to put a little bit in here. So here we go. So right here, or wait a minute, that's different, so we're not going to do that there. We're going to do it right here. So we're going to paste this part here, and let's go ahead and click preview to see what that looks like. Alright, cool. So now it's going to say installation complete. Jedi Knight Remastered was successfully installed. Before launching the game, please use configuration guide. If you have GOG Galaxy or Steam, please launch the game with the shortcut, not the launchers. The shortcut must be ran as administrator to run the mod. So once we hit next, it should pop up the configuration guide. So let's go ahead and exit out of there. Miscellaneous text. These are just texts throughout the mod installer. Obviously, if you want to change any of that, you can. This is basically a pretty customizable installer. We basically changed everything almost. So let's move on to the Windows. I don't think there's anything here. Actually, where there is a few things that we want to change here. So you can change the icon of your of the installer itself. So we're going to go ahead and change that. And I'm going to change it to that remastered icon. So that's cool. So we're going to do that. And that's all I really want to do there. So we're good on that. Options. Obviously, this is where you can do the registry keys again. If you messed up on your registry keys or your NIN files and you want to change anything there, you can do that there. Obviously, we don't have any of that, so we're not going to do that. The uninstaller, you can add the uninstaller to the control panel, or you don't have to. You can uncheck that, but I'm going to go ahead and add that to our thing. Here's the text of the uninstaller. You can basically leave that the same. There's not really anything there that we need to change. Registry keys, if you need to remove registry keys that you added, you can add that here, and it will remove registry keys for you in your uninstaller. Shortcut name, uninstall Jedi Remastered 2.0. And this is what I was thinking of. I wonder if I can create a shortcut for the uninstall.exe. But we can create an icon for it. So let's go ahead and put the icon on here. Actually, let's do a different icon. I think I want to do, let's see if we can find some different icons here. Pictures. Let's check that folder first. Jedi Knight Remastered icons. Let's see here. What would be a cool uninstall icon? I guess none of them are really that great looking. Guess we could just keep it at this one. Nah, let's see what else there is. I think I might have some other icons here. Let me check. Let me see if there's any other icons here. Maybe not. I don't think I have any other icons. Nope. Yeah, so let's just go with the, let's cancel that, and then we'll just go with like the Stormtrooper. That's fine. Alright, so there we go. That's everything. That's how you can create a installer for this mod. Now let's go ahead, we'll build this installer, and then we'll check to make sure, and we'll test it to make sure it works. So I'm going to go ahead, click build. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to save this. So save as. And then we're going to go to our installer folder, and we're going to save it as 2.0. So we saved that. Actually, wait a minute. Let me go back to files here. See if there's anything. That's interesting. I wonder why, or I wonder how. So obviously this file is going to be in there. I wonder why there's not an option to add a shortcut in this part. You'd think there would be. Oh yeah, you can also test. Let's see what that does. Let's test it out. And click on test. I don't know what that does, but well, here we go. Looks like it's going to test it. So here we go. We got our information. That's neat. Do you agree to the license agreement? Yes. Do you want to install at LucasArts? Sure. It's going to install. Looks good. You successfully installed. Next. Creator installer advertisement. Exit. And it should launch the configuration guide, but I don't think they're going to do that on the test, so I guess we'll have to test it out for real after we build it. So let's build it. Let's build her up. Let's put her in this file here. Oh, whoops. Didn't want to do that. So let's go ahead and copy a... let's just copy this title here so it's easier to do, and then there we go. Go ahead and click save, and bam, it's going to start creating the installer package, the .exe file for us. And I'm not sure how long it takes. I think last time it actually did take quite a while, so go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here at this point, and then we'll continue on and test it out. We'll test her out and see if it actually worked out or not. So let's go ahead and see you guys on the next one. Okay, guys, the build went through. It's successfully completed. It compressed everything, and so we're going to go ahead and save our template here, but we're going to go ahead and close her out for now. And let's go in, and here we go. Here's our installer. We have it created. So now we just need to let her run and see how it goes. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on it, double click on it, and we'll see what happens. Run as administrator. Yes. Alright, welcome to Jedi Knight Remastered 2.0. This program allows you to install Jedi Knight Remastered on your hard drive. The installation file will install JKGFX mod, neutral Jedi Knight upscale texture pack, and the enhancement mod all together in a nice installer. If you do not wish to install Jedi Knight Remastered, click exit now. Otherwise, click next. We do wish to install it. Obviously, this is the README file, agreement file, and then, so obviously we need to install it in our Jedi Knight folder, but since this is a test, I'm going to install it in a test folder first. So I'm just going to go basically just to the C drive here, and there's a test folder, but I'm not sure if there's anything in there, so let me check to make sure there's nothing in there first. So there is a test folder. There's a DaVinci file in there. I'm just going to go ahead and delete that because we don't need that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and install in this test folder and see what happens. So let's go ahead and click install. It's going to install into test. Start, and it will start installing into that test folder for us. We'll see what happens. Hopefully everything will go okay. Yeah. Not sure if this will... obviously, I'm going to be releasing Jedi Knight Remastered 2.0 here and just a little bit. Obviously, if you're watching this video and it's not out yet, it's obviously coming. But if it's not out yet, then that means I'm just trying to get it a little bit more polished over to make sure it looks great for the next release. But we'll see what happens. So the GFX mod version 1.0 is supposed to be a more stabilized version of the mod. So I'm not sure if this fixes everything, but hopefully it'll be a little bit more stable for you guys out there. So we'll see. But this is a really neat program again. So if you guys need to create your own installer, this is the legitimate way that is so easy to do. Like, can't tell you how easy it was to just create this installer. Like, we just went through it together, and you saw how it was like not that hard. So it looks like it's done. So it said successfully installed the game. So we'll hit next, and then we'll hit exit, and hopefully it should pop up the configuration guide. But the configuration guide did not launch. That's weird. The configuration guide did not launch after the install, but that's all right. So anyways, we have our file, our shortcuts here, so that's a good sign. It's not going to actually launch the game though, since I installed it in that test folder. So that's cool though. We have everything. So let's see if this launches. This should launch in Notepad. So yeah, there's configuration. The configuration guide should open as well. That's not opening. Maybe there's something wrong with my PDF viewer. Or maybe there's something messed up with that shortcut. Let's see. Adobe PC Reader. Is not opening for some reason. So that's alright then. I guess there must be an issue with my Adobe Reader for some reason right now. I'm not sure what's up with that. It's not opening. It's not opening anything. So let's see here. Let's open up our task manager here. Let's see if there's probably a whole bunch of background Adobe's. Yep, there they are. Holy crap. Let's close out of those. Whoa. I'm not sure what's going on with my Adobe. Adobe installer. Oh, maybe it's being updated, I guess. So, yeah, it looks like our Adobe. Well, let's try it now. There it goes. Sweet. There it goes. It's working now. So that's probably why it didn't launch after I exited. It's probably nothing to do with the installer. Probably just my Adobe was messed up. So there we go. We got the configuration. Let's see if the shortcuts work though. The shortcuts should work. Yeah, there we go. It's working now. And we'll do the uninstallation guide as well. So that works. So let's go ahead. Let's uninstall this test version. So to make sure. Oh yeah, wait. We need to. Whoops. Part of the reason why I wanted to do a test folder was because I wanted to make sure it installed without. Yeah. So I wanted to make sure it installed without putting it inside a folder, because if it put it inside a Jedi Knight Remastered folder, then it wouldn't have worked. So it's installing it to the root directory, so that's going to work fine. So great. So let's go ahead and uninstall it from here, and you'll see how it works here. So we'll uninstall it, and we'll click OK. It removes everything from that folder. And then the last thing it'll do is remove that. It even removed the test folder too, so that's neat. So it just removes everything. It won't remove the Jedi Knight folder once we have it installed there though, so you don't have to worry about that. It removed the icons as well, so that's cool. It completely uninstalled, so that's what we wanted to see here. So let's go ahead and actually test it into our the right directory. So let's go back in here, go to mods, and go to Jedi Knight, and go to installer 2.0, Jedi Knight 2.0. And then we'll go ahead and we'll launch the installer here. This time we're doing it for legitimate. We're legitimately doing it. Go ahead and click yes on that. Welcome to Jedi Knight Remastered. And we want to install it, so we're going to go ahead and move forward. We already know what it's called, or we already know what's in it. We already agreed to the license. And this time, we want to actually install it in our Jedi Knight folder, but I'm going to go ahead and click browse here just to double check to make sure that's the right folder. And looks like it is the right folder. So we're good there. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. So now let's go ahead and click next to install this. So we're ready to roll. This will be installed. So let's go ahead and click start. And it's installing it in the actual Jedi Knight directory this time. And this time, since my Adobe is fixed, we should be able to see whether it'll actually work or not. So this part, the installation part, will take a little bit because it is copying everything over to our Jedi Knight directory. So yeah, guys, this is a awesome installer, creator installer. So if you guys want to create this, if you guys want to create an installer for your mods, this is definitely a great option. You can create your own customized images and all that stuff and add them into this installer, where it makes for awesome experience for sure. So it's almost there. Please take a moment though, guys, if you've watched this far in, you might as well subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, like. This channel is a pretty awesome channel. I obviously do a lot of tutorials, but I also do a lot of gaming Let's Plays as well. So if you like to watch gaming Let's Plays and all that kind of stuff, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Alright, looks like it's done, and it looks like it completed successfully. So let's go ahead and click next here, and then we'll click exit, and we'll see if that configuration guide will launch this time. Let's see, fingers crossed. It didn't launch. I'm wondering if setting it up to launch by itself is screwing it up, maybe. That might be the case. So we might want to deactivate that then, after all. So obviously this creator installer is not necessarily the greatest. Like, there's still some bugs here and there. Yeah, because it looks like it launched it, but it's not coming on. So that might be an issue with the creator installer. But at the same time, I also have this Adobe install, so I don't know if it's updating Adobe or what. Let's see if the configuration guide will launch now. So it's launching now, so I don't know what's up with that. So we may have to go through and just remove that feature so that way it can hopefully launch. Because I don't want it to screw up your guys' Adobe and then end up having to, yeah, that wouldn't work out very well. So now it should actually work because it's installed in the right directory. So I'm going to configure this real quick to my resolution here. 1920 by 1080 is my resolution. And obviously, to these features, you can do true or false on these features and whatnot. My HUD scaling, I'm going to go to 3 on that one. So whether you want these or not want them, you should probably go through and try to figure out which one you want and which one you don't. So I'm going to go ahead and put true on this because I think that determines whether it's full screen or not on that part. But anyways, that's my configuration. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Let's do, so FOV is the okay, let's just launch the configuration guide here for a second. So by default, there's no FOV, and what's FOV mean? I forgot what it stands for, but it's in the configuration guide. So let's take a look here. So field of view. So the FOV mod basically just makes it so you can see the game a little bit better in like more of a widescreen view. So if you have like a large monitor, probably be better to use the FOV mod. By default, there's no FOV mod, so you have to change it. I have included all these exe files that have different FOVs. So obviously the biggest is the 120. So I'm probably more around 115, 110-ish. So I'm going to probably try to do like 115. So 115, let's do that. FOV. Why isn't it opening now? There it is. Okay. So FOV, and then you just put the 115 there. 1. Okay, so 115. So there we go. I also need to address, so since we didn't, here, let me go ahead. Let's just go to our directory here. Alright, so obviously we have these FOV 95, 100 to no FOV. Obviously you can tell that we did not even touch the Jedi Knight.exe file. That file is still the original game file, and you may or may not want to run the game with that. So when you open up the configuration, do not put JK as your default configuration. You definitely want to use only these ones down here, because these are the ones that come with the mod, and they're already updated to with the patch and all that stuff. So that's just a note for those who are gonna want to play this mod. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll launch it and we'll see if it works. Oh shoot. Was not found. Reinstall program. Okay, hold on a second. Did I save that configuration? I did save it. So it's missing something. What in the world is it missing? It's missing a DLL file of some kind. Codex execution cannot, because JK.DLL was not found. Reinstall program to fix problem. So something's messed up with this. Okay, let's try something here. So let's try the GOG version of the game, since looks like there's something missing, I guess. GOG Galaxies. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ow, 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 my leg, my leg, my leg. My leg hurts. Dark Forces 2. I don't think I have the GOG. Yeah, it looks like it's just the regular version of the game, so I don't have anything installed on here. Well, wait a minute. Let's try something here. let's just do no FOV and see what happens. Okay, it's launching. So it's something to do with the FOV. So I definitely need to figure that out. That's definitely something I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on. So the FOV part is not. Hold on. I'm gonna have to change some settings, I think. So if you just launch it without changing anything, that's gonna be a problem. So the first thing you have to do is set up display, enable 3D acceleration. I don't know why it's doing 1440 by 1080. That doesn't make any sense. Resize it to just under the max. I don't know why it has that resolution in there, but okay. You can check this if you want. I don't know what. That's not necessary, I don't think. It is working half of the FOV part is not. Well, let's exit out of here. Alright, so FOV part is not working. Let me check on this here real quick. But anyways, you guys get it for the most part. This is what the Creator Installer does. Obviously, there's still some issues with the mod, but for the most part it worked. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, that's the guide. I'm going to go ahead and right click, open location, and uninstall the mod for now. Where did that go? There it is. So it's going to uninstall the mod. This is another test that I wanted to do to make sure it doesn't remove any of the game files as well. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, the FOV part, let me see what's going on here. So I think I kind of do want to take a look at that and see what's going on real quick. I know we're running out of time here. So the FOV mod, here it is. So yeah, it looks like there is a JKDLL file that I probably forgot to put in there. So let me see. Jedi Knight 2.0. Yep, that's exactly what it was. That Jedi JKD.dll file was not there. Pretty sure that's exactly what happened. So all I have to do now is just that's actually a pretty cool thing that I could show you guys too. Is now all I have to do is open our template, and so I'm glad that we saved it. And when you add a file to your folder, your main directory of your installation files, it will automatically add the file to the installer creator. So now we can go ahead and save that. And there's probably a few other things that I need to change too, but this is just a rough draft of what we were trying to show you. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was great to showcase the Creator Installer. So guys, again, like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to have more videos, more tutorials, more gaming videos, more mod videos, more everything. So if you like this channel, feel free to donate as well. I have a donation link. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. And this will be a great way to create installers for your guys' mods as well. So feel free to go to the Creator Installer, download it, and install today. I think they have a pro version, but this is the free version, and it's top notch. You can't beat it. There's no coding required. It's just amazing. So check them out, subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Enough of this. Vader, release